Hi, Scott. So I'm told by a source that OpenAI CEO Sam Altman had a, quote, lengthy phone call with President Trump on Friday. It did focus on AI's potential. They walked through what this technology is really capable of and certain parts of the infrastructure plan that was laid out yesterday. The source here asked not to be named because these discussions were confidential, but they did say it was productive. They described it as amicable. And Trump publicly yesterday really calling Altman at the White House the leading expert on AI. And then on that call Friday, I mentioned President Trump, according to this person who was in the room, said he was most animated about. Trump was most animated about the actual building aspect here and the importance of this happening in the U.S. and not happening in China, what it signaled for confidence in the country under his administration, and then the potential job creation that was also mentioned yesterday. I am told that the OpenAI team first met with the Trump team back in June. This was in Las Vegas to do a demonstration of the technology. It was through the COO of the company, Brad Lightcap, and Greg Brockman, who is the OpenAI president. I am also hearing that Altman's ties to Larry Ellison, a longtime Trump supporter and founder of Oracle, have helped his standing with the Trump team. He also has the support and financial backing, importantly, of Masayoshi Son, the SoftBank founder. Those two are increasingly close. That relationship has gotten stronger, and Masa-san has already committed, you'll remember, $100 billion to invest in the U.S. ahead of this Stargate announcement that came yesterday. Those ties to Ellison and Son are really important, guys. It's given him what appears to be a halo effect, which so far has been outweighing the beef that Sam Altman has with another key Trump ally, Elon Musk. There had been some questions in this administration on how Altman was going to fare. Musk, of course, the co-founder of Tesla, a variety of companies, and also a co-founder of OpenAI, still suing OpenAI over its nonprofit status. Altman responding to Musk's post on social media, kind of ragging on this deal. He responded saying, wrong, as you surely know. This is great for the country. He says, I realize what's great for the country isn't always what's optimal for your companies, but I hope you'll mostly put America, or the USA emoji, first. So Altman publicly fighting back as well. Scott, back to you.
Let me ask you more about that because there was a little bit more that has since come out, and I want you to sort of opine on that. After OpenAI announced the Stargate project on social media, Musk responded, quote, they don't actually have the money, which I believe he later clarified and suggested he was talking about SoftBank. You tell me if that's correct or not. Sam Altman then responded saying, quote, I genuinely respect your accomplishments and think you are the most inspiring entrepreneur of our time. You want to shed some more light on that exchange?
Yes, and I think you're right where that comment was specifically about SoftBank. But this really aligns with some of the public rhetoric we've heard between Sam Altman and Elon Musk so far. Altman has said, what's best for the country should supersede any sort of personal animosity. And he has said all of this publicly in interviews. He sort of went over this in DealBook as well. And so it aligns with sort of his stance on Musk, which he's called him publicly a bully. He's sort of subtly hit back. But I think the last couple of days, we've really seen proof that the Musk animosity, at least so far, is not getting in the way of his relationship with the Trump administration, his ability to be a big part of these deals, and the symbolism of him being up there with Larry Ellison, with Masa-san. It's just such a win for Altman as CEO of OpenAI, and at a time when it was really under question if he would have any sort of role, if he would be able to get a seat at the table at some of these big AI infrastructure deals, which are key to the success of this $157 billion company at this point.
I mean, it's interesting, as you said in your reporting, that the president called Sam Altman the leading expert on AI, given the proximity of Musk to him and this whole story with XAI.
Yes,
to watch further, to say that. I think we're going to be talking a lot about this, Kate. I appreciate your reporting. Thank you.
I think so.
It's Kate Rooney.